as we know, I'm sure that many people can relate to this, the season that is upon us, Black Friday, holiday shopping, Christmas, things are stressful. People find it extremely stressful, and one of the biggest contributors to that stress is finances. We were talking earlier in the show about how inflation and economy and all of that are making things difficult for everyone, and then you look at the way that things went this weekend, and it was like lineups, Black Friday sales, deals, shopping, traffic, all of that. I'm stressed. I feel it just talking about it. So here to help us deal with some of that is Nirmala Raniga. Good morning. Thank you for being here. She is from the founder and executive director of the Paradise Valley Healing Center. Good morning.
Good morning to you, and thanks for having me this morning. And yes, I echo all the things you said around just feeling stressed, just listening to it.
Yeah, right. So as someone who is aware of these things that contribute to our stress and is aware of some of the tactics that we can use to combat stress, do you yourself face this as well? Like, do you get stressed around this time?
Of course.
Like everybody does, right? We all do. No one's immune to it.
Yes, we all feel it. And I just wanted to just share a little bit of research that was done recently this year, and this is in the U.S., and it says the research shows that 8 in 10 Americans say that expectations and events around holidays cause them to feel increased stress. That's what we're talking about. And during these times, 3 in 10 also say that get less sleep. And not only that, in the past, I have read that there's a percentage of people, I think it was 45%, and I'm sure it's more, they want to just skip the holiday season because it's very stressful.
Yeah.
And the number one is the financial, and we are in very difficult times. And what do we buy? And when we think about all the bombardment we get via emails and television, it's so focused around gift giving and buying and sales, and that actually increases the stress, the cortisol levels in our body, which actually causes harm. And number one thing is to listen to your body and take care of body. It's such an important part of your mental and physical wellness. So taking care of your body.
How do we actually do that, taking care of our body? Because it's wonderful to know that other people are also dealing with all of these stresses. And I can relate to that idea. I've heard people say that, I wish I could just skip Christmas altogether. But that's not the reality. We do want to spend time with our family. And, there is this benefit that we get from that. It's nice to give gifts and stuff. So I think it's kind of about finding the balance. So how do we manage these extra stresses that come into our lives at this time?
Yeah, and you're right. This is the time we want to spend time with our family, and we want to connect, and we can actually really experience joy if we are able to manage that part of taking care of body. The number one is, when you find that it's overwhelming, take some time out. So you don't have to commit to everything. Take some personal time where you do your certain practices. And the number one is if you can get some movement, some exercise, whether it's yoga, going for a walk, connect in nature. It's such an important part of providing your body some healing time. The second is, and I'm a very big fan of this, meditation, mindfulness. Taking some time out in the day doesn't have to be half an hour, 1 hour. It could be even 5 to 10 minutes. Take a pause, do some breathing. You can even listen to a guided meditation. This actually helps the body to feel a little bit of that calmness, that peace, that relaxation. The other big one is, which I feel is very important, is seeking support. If you're feeling stressed and if you're feeling you can't cope, then you reach out to people who are interested in your well-being, whether it's a friend or a family member, or even reaching out to a counselor, therapist to get some additional support for yourself. Because during this holiday season, we also are in a place where there is expectation from you, expectation of others that can cause more stress and pressure on an individual.
Right, yeah. And I was going to ask, why do you think, and expectation is probably a part of it, but that we put all this stress on ourselves at this time of year when we know it's supposed to be a time that we get to enjoy and we get to find some relaxation and spend time with the people that we love? Why is there this pressure to have it all go perfect when we know that that is not the reality and that's not the most important thing?
Well, we want to show up in a way that we want to impress others. We are under this false expectation, even from ourselves, is that we need to show up in a certain way because it is about how we present ourselves, and it is our own self-judgment, self-criticism that makes us feel that way, that I'm not good enough, or I haven't done good enough in this particular way, whether it's dressing up, whether it's if you're even bringing some food to, or if you're entertaining, you want it to go all perfect. And that's our own self. So we need to let go of that idea that I need to be perfect. I think it's okay to be yourself. That's the most important thing.
Some very helpful thoughts there. Nirmala Raniga is the founder and executive director of the Paradise Valley Healing Center. Is there a website that people can go to find out more information or even just, some tips about managing their stress, just briefly in the last few seconds that we have?
Yes, it's the paradisevalleyhealing.com. That's our center. And thanks for having me. And those who are shopping today, just be mindful that take a pause. I think it's important to take a pause and take a breath.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Nirmala. Really appreciate your time this morning.
Have a beautiful day.
And you as well.